listening to the podcast next week, they'll catch you on the podcast. So you can check them out. You're on Spotify and SoundCloud, I assume, right?
I'm on SoundCloud at the moment. I'm going to be on Spotify and all platforms too.
Very good.
That better be ASAP, bro.
ASAP. I'm dropping a new album. It's got to be.
Crack a motherfucking can.
Much wow. So much Doge.
God damn, you fucked me all up. So this bitch has so much melatonin, she's just full on, like, black now.
Oh, this is the thing you're telling me. Wait, no. Wait, you're making a little mistake. Melanin.
Melanin.
That's the word.
I was gonna say.
Yo, I'm like, whoa. How's this sleeping supplements making her black? Okay, so what is she injecting herself with melanin?
She went to like some kind of fucking skin doctor and had them basically what amounts to like a tattoo over her whole body. Like it's like an injection
of melanin.
And it's not even actually melanin. It's just like, aka melatonin. It's just like some fucking.
Yeah, I feel like
it's like a dye, and she looks horrible. And now, funny enough, she so this woman actually went as far as this is a German woman.
Is she identifying as black?
Yes. So this woman is an obviously all naturally white German woman. Obviously, there are people born in Germany who are not all white. That goes without saying. But yeah, and she just decided one day that she was gonna have she was gonna curl her hair and get fucking skin injections. Oh, on top of that, she has
not even curl, probably permanent, right?
I don't know what she ended up doing with the hair, but it's something fucking weird she did. She started with the world's largest fake breasts. That's what she started with.
No way, it's that girl?
It's that same chick.
So the blonde chick, right?
Yep. So
huge yonkers.
Dude, they were like fucking 27 pounds a pop.
They're like, I think they're called like triple Z's or some shit.
Something beyond ridiculous. But this fucking lady ends up getting these skin injections, and she ended up joining a fucking African tribe, bro. All
right, wait, hold on. No. You can't hear the face palm.
So let me get one thing fucking. Number one, the whole story's hilarious, right?
This is crack a can type media.
This is hilarious. But if you're truly willing to go as far as living in Africa with an African tribe,
go for it.
Like, that's fucking.
If you're that gun, like I would be more. I would hate on the white girl from the hood that turned herself black, that's staying in the hood type shit, right, way more than I would the person who changes their skin black and joins an African tribe.
Right. Like now they actually went out there and put themselves in the culture, the origin of the culture.
Now I feel like you're trying to learn the culture. You're trying to be respectful.
Right.
You're trying to do the right things. I almost feel like, all right, go you.
Right.
So, like, I don't know how to feel about this. Is she being disrespectful? Is this right? Is it wrong? Or is it just different?
So, we'll answer that question after we crack these motherfucking
cans. Yeah. So you know what we do on this fucking podcast? We crack cans. And if they're beer, we review them.
And if they're not beer,
we still review them.
We probably eat whatever is inside and review it.
Or drink it. I have been doing energy drink reviews on Crack a Can Instagram. Cracka_can. Go follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, bitch.
And we got our TikTok's been running strong. Crack a Can on Instagram.
We're getting some cans out there, girl.
Oh, yeah.
That was synchronicitous.
Crisp cracking sound.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
This is a very, very different Pilsner than I've ever had. So, Pilsner, think Miller Lite.
Mm-hmm.
Give that a sip, and you're going to be blown away. There's a lot of other things going on there other than Pilsner.
Wow.
That's really good, isn't it?
All right. So we're going to start off with his beer.
Yeah.
Huge. This Icarus, by far, probably the best Pilsner I've ever tasted.
I agree. I probably can agree with that. That's
For
easily...
Pilsners, this is a 9 out of 10 for me.
9 out of 10. That's exactly what I was about to give it, actually.
So
overall, I would give it a 9 out of 10. This year is proud of...
No. That's all right. That's a pound of cashmere feathers.
Pound of cashmere feathers. Okay. Yeah, man. Cool art. They did the weird feather, like, brushed look. Obviously, it's freaking...
Icarus is awesome, and they're local. Yeah. They're out of Lakewood, New Jersey.
So it's an American Imperial Pilsner, which I didn't know existed. Brewed with German Pilsner malt, lightly hopped with German...
Kalista
and Huell melon. Then dry hopped with Lupulian Cashmere.
Oh, Lupulian Cashmere.
Lupulian Cashmere during an extended lagering period. That's very interesting beer.
That's a lot of process
especially for a Pilsner.
I mean, I'm glad they went through the process.
Would you care for another sip, sir?
I'm all right.
Keep your palate fresh. It's
definitely
so we're settling on a 9
mix.
for that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we both got a 9 for that bad beer.
Pound of Cashmere Feathers by Icarus Brewing.
Very worth your
9
time.
out of 10. Go grab one. Your local spirits will have it. They're out of Lakewood, New Jersey if you want to hit the brewery, too.
Bitch.
Now, for the second beer.
Ooh, we got some Bolero.
Another Bolero.
We're big fans.
Big fan of Bolero. Bolero, hit us up.
What is right?
This is a heavy... Yes, this is the Mugenta.
Oh, Mugenta. I read Margarita. Like a margarita. I'm ridiculous.
You got dyslexia like me.
I do.
So, this is a heavily fruited sour with dragon fruit, blueberry.
Oh, that's the one we were talking about.
And grape.
Love that. That sounds awesome.
So,
give that a taste.
It's fresh. It's crisp. It's flavorful.
Oh.
That dragon fruit really stands out. The blueberry is a great compliment. And what's the other one in there? What did we say? It's the grape. Yeah. I feel like the grape is very subtle. I'm not a big grape fan, so I feel like the grape's subtle enough for me. Wrong pipe. That was a wrong pipe sip. Oh, you just caught Puce inhale some beer. He needs another taste.
The fucked up part is only like 7% of it was wrong piped.
Oh, so you got
I got the taste and I got the, breathing it.
Yeah, when you start tearing from the eyes, you're like, fuck, that hurt.
Interesting. So just to mention about the Cashmere, that was a 7.1 as far as ABV.
Oh yeah, it was a 7.1.
Yeah. I give this an 8.5.
8.5?
8.5.
Take one more sip. Have you ever had Pliable or like any fruit bowls?
Yeah.
Give that another sip.
Get these aromas. We got to get wafting glasses too.
We do need to get Crowler glasses, I believe they're called.
I think an 8.5 is very fair for that beer.
8.5? You mean 8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8.5 out of 10, yeah.
Oh, 8.5. Oh, I get what you're saying. 8.5 out of 10? Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9. That brings it in at 8.7. Mugenta by Bolero.
I recommend it. That's a good beer.
Yeah, and honestly, if you got a girl and she doesn't like your IPAs or your stouts and all that stuff, go and grab her a 4-pack of these Mugentas.
She might fucking like them a lot.
It's only going to cost you $20. You'll have 4 of them.
You get lifted off of one if you ain't much of a drinker. And what's that one? That was a 6 something, correct?
6.3.
6.3 will get you if you're not.
Don't let your girl drink too many of them, though.
Yeah, give her 2 if she can stay. God, I was gonna say give her 2 if she could stay fucking upright. Then she can have a 3rd. No more than a 3rd.
Let's. I know my girl can hang.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, and if you're like me, where you like IPAs, but you're super picky about them. They got to be done right. I'm not a very hoppy fan. I like certain things. Like the Dankenberry that I reviewed just the other day.
Was that the cookie one?
No, that's a Schmamba. The Schmamba, all right, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I kind of want to correct on the air. It's really more like a 5 out of 10 for me. I could see how certain people would like it, though.
Fair enough.
I got halfway through the beer. My buddy who gave me the beer
See, if
didn't
for
like
you
it one
getting
bit.
for you getting halfway through a beer says it's something like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Because if
it's
when
a
you
2
don't
or a
like
3,
beer,
I
you
won't
finish
drink it.
Yeah.
I will take a sip and be like, nah, that ain't for me.
Can't drink it. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I want to be fair. And I don't know. That one was weird though. The Shimamba was a sugar cookie, strawberry, blueberry, orange.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to work.
I do not like the sound of that combination of things.
Sugar cookie shouldn't be with fruits.
No, number one, like, and I
maybe
can't,
one fruit.
I can't speak for other people's taste in beers, but sugar cookie beer. If you can't tell that sugar cookie beer sounds fucking dreadful,
If I was just sugar cookie, honestly, that probably would have been good. You probably would have liked it.
I probably wouldn't. I don't like sugar, like unless it's like I only like fruity, sugary things. You know what I mean? Like gummy worms and like I like fruity things. Like I don't like just sweetness. And I think that's why I like sours of that variety so much.
Flare pods only fit one way? I did not know that.
They should fit both ways.
They don't.
My girlfriend has one.
Ready?
Yeah.
That way it doesn't fit.
Oh, it's because the magnetics are
the magnets
reversed.
only fit one way.
No shit. Yeah. It makes sense.
Doesn't make sense because fucking jewels fit either way.
Yeah, well, they probably use all the same fucking types of magnets.
I think it's just one magnet or just one directional magnet.
Right.
This probably enough about fucking.
We love
jewels.
magnets.
Yeah, we like magnets. Don't start vaping.
All right. So going back to your question about this lady's choices of ethnicity, is this
wrong?
ethical? I don't think it's wrong per se. Do I think it's respectful? Not necessarily.
It's not like respectful, but it's not disrespectful.
Right.
I feel like it would be disrespectful if she was out here like acting like who was that one chick? Catch Me Outside.
Oh, Danielle Bergoli.
Yeah, Danielle Bergoli, Bad
Girl.
Baby, whatever you want to call her.
Right.
Yeah, if she was like acting like a white chick one day and then like turns black and is like, "Catch me outside, how about that?" And like some like random ass hood acting shit, like.
Right. It seems like people start switching their vocal type for clout, more or less, in certain circumstances. People will, especially on something like Dr. Phil. If somebody
that girl
just
talked like that before that.
I'm just saying, if somebody throws on something that sounds a little extra hood or whatever, fucking, they instantly become more popular because of that. Because fucking, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know if you guys think I am. But, girl comes out with like 3 fucking rap albums and she can't rap to save her goddamn life.
I liked a couple of songs.
Ugh. Terrible.
Can't lie.
Terrible. I'm gonna have to
Can't
you for that.
Fucking lie. So I want to acknowledge this week we were supposed to have a guest on.
Yay.
It probably will be pushed off until next Wednesday.
We look forward to you.
His name is Skeed. He's an up and coming rapper, and we're gonna end. Ooh, excuse me.
That was awesome.
Ooh, the Mugenta gave me a little. He's an up and coming rapper. He's coming out with a music video in the next couple months, and he's also gonna have some crazy features.
Nice collab type shit.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
No disclosing names.
Yeah, we're not gonna disclose the
name
names
droppers,
or the
motherfuckers.
details, but
they're very interesting names and details.
yes, yeah.
That's what I would
You'll be
say.
very excited to hear this news next week because we'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
And if you
It
listen
may
to this
even be the
podcast,
first place he's dropping it. Who knows?
it's the first place that we'll know.
Okay.
We will be the first people
That will get that in.
to tell you on the internet that this will happen.
So fucking find out about us. Find out about
Mhm.
Skeed.
Just like if you were paying attention to Crack a Can months ago, I told you about 6ix9ine's music video coming out with Black China because I knew about that before he even announced
before
it.
Came out.
Before he announced it.
Weeks before that video came out. We
Hold
were
on.
listening to you.
Hold on. I'm going to give you a promo real quick. Yo, 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 yo. Skeed, what's up?
What's good?
Hold up real quick. I'm going to throw this on screen record real quick. Just for fucking content reasons eventually.
What's going on, Skeet? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
That's
I'm
my
going
co-host
good.
Pushy.
Nice to meet you, pal.
Nice to meet you.
It's funny. It's funny.
We
you
were
just
just
called.
talking about
I was
you.
literally just saying to the podcast next week they'll catch you on the podcast, so you can check them out. You're on Spotify and SoundCloud, I assume, right?
I'm on SoundCloud at the moment. I'm gonna be on Spotify and all platforms soon.
Very good.
That better be ASAP, bro.
ASAP. I'm dropping a new album. It's gotta be.
I'm gonna help you with the distribution if you want. Fucking Random Entertainment Media's got some pull with getting shit distributed. But yo, I'm excited to have you on the episode next week. I'm sorry that we couldn't get you on this week. All the fucking shit that happened,
We
didn't
do
work
appreciate
out.
the call, though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you calling in, giving them a little sneak peek. I was telling them how you got some interesting features coming out, but I don't want to like interesting possible features. I don't want to tell the audience who they are, but
We're gonna leave them hearing until next week.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly. I want to let them sit on their toes, sit on the edge of their seats, and find out next week. But yo, what kind? How many songs you have out right now on SoundCloud?
15, 20.
15 to 20.
It's a good little collection, dude. Keep it up.
So if you guys want to listen to his music before the new shit drops, go on SoundCloud and type in Skeed. That's SKEED. SKEED. You heard it right here on Crack a Can. Make sure to go check it out now. I think that's all we really have to fucking give them. We don't want to tell them too much till next week.
Hey, you got any messages for them, Skeed? Let us know what you're thinking, brother.
I mean, not really too many messages. I'm hyped to see you next week, to be honest.
Right on. We
Hell yeah.
appreciate you being
We're
here.
hyped to have you on. And honestly, dude, shit's going to pop off this year. And I hope Random Entertainment helps you. And honestly, yo, if you want to hear anything else from Skeed, you can come at us next week. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not giving you any more of that content until next week. That's a little bit of Skeed. That's a little bit of Skeed.
Just a little taste.
SKEED on SoundCloud.
That's it, bro. We we're out here supporting local music, supporting local breweries.
Yes.
You know, we're all about that local shit.
Skeed's out of Toms River, New Jersey. Just tri-state in general, to be honest. Skeed's
local,
around
bro.
here, bro.
That's local.
Skeed's tri-state in general, but yeah, Toms River, New Jersey. Skeed, yo, you'll check them out next week too.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, yo, all right. So we got the black bitch putting melatonin in her skin.
Melatonin, girl. We got the fight news. But,
yeah, we'll save that for the end. You know it's juicy. If you watch the UFC 261,
ooh, she's a bad bitch on the fucking card.
We'll talk about it in a sec. Yo, you ever heard of acne medicine causing suicide?
No.
All right, so apparently,
Yes.
Accutane. I believe the exact words.
It was like Barazole Accutane or some shit, wasn't it?
Roaccutane. RO Accutane. So there was 12 deaths that were recorded in 2019. 10 of them by suicide by people who had been prescribed Roaccutane.
Interesting.
According to data from the Medicines of Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA for short.
That's weird. So, like, here's my question, right? Because I'm sure you're at least familiar with the concept that, also, we forgot to close the window this whole time. We're pieces of shit. The concept that correlation does not equal causation, but causation will equal correlation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I wonder what...
Suicide rates are up in general.
Oh my God, so high. So what? To what degree is this just correlative to people who have? And I'm assuming you said Rogaine. That's like a hair thing.
Roaccutane.
That's the acne medicine.
Acne
right?
medicine.
So what percentage of people with horrible acne are already more prone to suicide?
All right. How about this one though? How many people are even prescribed Roaccutane?
Fucking I know.
Exactly why I'm looking up.
But still, it's an interesting question when, you know what I mean? Like, if it's in the thousands, like that seems like it's a very high number.
Okay, so there's
people.
over 2 million people who have taken this drug.
Right.
So a lot is known about its safety and effectiveness. Accutane is naturally occurring derivative of vitamin A and is detectable in the bloodstream of all people.
So it seems to me like these two are correlative, but not the same thing.
I wouldn't call it facts. Like
no.
I'd say it could raise
no
your potential of suicide. Maybe.
It might. Who the fuck knows?
I'd say especially if it's not working.
Well, so they say what? Fucking 1 in 40 men, or I'm sorry, 1 in 40 women will attempt to commit suicide or something of that nature. And 1 in like 50 men or something of that nature will attempt to commit suicide, but they're very more than often more successful.
Yeah. Men are more commonly successful with suicide.
About 40%.
Less common
actually.
to attempt.
Right. Men are far less commonly attempting to try to kill themselves, but far more successful. Like, if you look at overall
if they
numbers,
want to do it, most of the time they will do it.
It gets done. So, this seems to me like it's just two pieces of random information that can be considered correlated. You know what I mean? Like, if you did a fucking thing on how many people this year killed themselves when on Advil, I'd be willing to bet it's not dissimilar, right?
Well, that's the thing is most people who commit suicide are on medication.
100%.
So nearly 800,000 people die by suicide in the world each year, which is roughly 1 death every 40 seconds. So think about that for a second. And now take into account that 10 people on Roaccutane committed suicide recordingly. Now, it's not that's not accounting for things that may not have been recorded that way. There could have been a suicide, and they didn't even account for the fact that they're on acne medicine.
Mm-hmm. And that very well could be the case. I'm just saying what it seems like to me is that they're finding correlation.
Doesn't seem enough. It doesn't seem like enough grounds to take Roaccutane off of the market.
Right.
Recently I heard a story.
Okay.
It was a boy, like a young man.
Right.
He was on Roaccutane. That's the only drug he was taking. He wasn't taking anything else from what we understand, and his autopsy
didn't suggest anything otherwise either.
Exactly. But you can test for psychedelics. You cannot test for psychedelics.
Without a spinal tap. But I don't know if you could tap a dead person's spine.
I don't
know if you
can grab, yeah. And even that, you won't prove that it's in the system then. You'll just prove that it's been done.
That they have done it. Right. Exactly.
So...
yeah, that's 100% accurate. So
And with shrooms, you can't even.
Right.
You can't test for it at all.
Well, doesn't...
There's a chemical in the brain, but you'd have to test it while you're
still alive. Or, yeah, it would have to still be active.
While the shrooms are still active, yeah. So... whether this was drug-induced, we don't know. It's
still a very interesting...
There's way more suicides that happen with psychedelics than Accutane, I think. I think there'd be way more than 10 suicides per year to psychedelics.
People who are on psychedelics, I am 100% sure you're absolutely right. And psychedelics are considered some of the most safest drugs on the planet. If you, I forget exactly what group published this years ago, but according to them, the most safe recreational drug on the planet was mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms.
Yeah, you can't die
you can't permanently damage yourself. You can't die. Not saying fucking it's for everybody. You can fuck your brain up.
I think doing it too much would definitely permanently affect your brain 100%. Cells.
Listen, we know fucking plenty of those people.
But that can be done with almost anything.
For sure.
Too much sugar can do that.
Yup.
So, I don't know. It's an interesting story. So, he was on Roaccutane. He ran away from home. He's never been a kid to do something like that.
Right.
Disappeared.
And it is weird that it happened when he started a new prescription and shit like that.
I don't think it was new per se. Like, a couple months, though.
Well, here's the weird thing about that as far as, like, drugs go. Obviously, drugs being prescription medications. I know stories of, and it's happened to personal relatives of mine, where they've been on medications for 15 years before they started having a problem with it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, now it's causing all these crazy kinds of reactions. And, this person's mind is doing this. And believe me, I'm not going to go into specifics, but I've witnessed a good little bit of it firsthand.
Medication's bad, dude.
Medication is if you don't have a serious reason to be medicated, do not take medication. The government, Big Pharma, is not looking out for you and your mental well-being.
No, they're looking out for their wallets.
I swear to you, the government and Big Pharma does not give a shit about you.
No, they like their wallets lined. That's why do you think the vaccines, they were limited, like they were kind of limited at first. They're like, oh yeah, if you want a vaccine, like you got to schedule.
Now we have 7 times more than we know what to do with.
Well, you hear now it's walk-ins. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because they reached the lull. I think they hit the cap on how many people are actually going to get this damn vaccine.
Right.
And you know what?
And now they have 150 million extras.
And like I said, I call cap on the airlines forcing you to have a vaccine to use the airline. Ready?
Yeah, they could suck a dick.
First thing, airlines are already taking a huge hit because there's way less business travel. You want to know why? Because everybody wants to work remotely. They can do everything through Zoom. You've seen Zoom stocks. It's up over $300 a share. I remember when they fucking went public, it was $70, and I thought it was overpriced for a video chat.
Right.
Then the pandemic hit, and look at it. It went up to like over $400 a share at one point. I don't know where it's at right now, but last time I checked, it was at like $330 something. Right. That is fucking nuts for a video chat platform.
Which is almost at this point even outdated. Zoom?
It's not. It's so much better than almost all platforms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why we're gonna be ending up doing cracking it through Zoom.
Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah, I take back every shitty thing I said about Zoom.
Thank you, Zoom. Thank you for letting us continue our podcast remotely.
Woo! I don't even own a remote.
I call cap on that one too. Right. But
damn it, he got me. So let's get right into the fights real quick. We'll wrap it up on a.
Yeah, I mean that's about it. Wait, hold on though. Before we jump into it, I want to say my condolences to the family of the son that was lost.
Very much so.
I hate
as well as every one of those suicides who happened on. Regardless of whether or not it was correlative, we're deeply sorry for your
anybody who's committed suicide or died due to Accutane. I don't think any of it is necessarily grounds to take this drug off the market if it's helping the other 1.9 million people.
Right. Clearly, the percentage of helping is significantly more, regardless of.
So, I can speak for a fact that acne is definitely detrimental to your mental health.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And mental health is very important, and we really support mental health.
I actually was thinking about doing that, like a sort of side project about that kind of thing. About, I've never talked about my feelings, and so I felt like that might be an interesting avenue for people who, are also like me in that I'm a vault. And
closed off.
So it's very much so easier for me to just express my thoughts without a person there.
All right, guys. So let me know if Pushy should start a TikTok about something along those lines, where he talks to he's only talking to his phone, posts and forgets about it.
I'm just talking about what I think and how I feel. And if you dislike what I have to say,
he doesn't really.
I fully support that. I don't care. I fully support you hating what I have to say.
Yeah, your opinions are always valid. Whether we give a fuck or not, that doesn't matter. Right. Your opinions are always valid. We appreciate your opinions. We take your opinions for account. We don't need to care about them.
And genuinely, honestly, we just appreciate the feedback. In a significant sense, just that fucking. If you don't like if you're our biggest fan and you still don't like how we're doing something, fucking speak up.
I'm going to say this as somebody who's known Pushy for a very long time. He's very closed off to the open world about his for lack of better words, feelings.
Personal.
Yes.
Things that are personal.
When he actually does come out and say things, they're actually very relatable and very justifiable. I think a lot of people get too stuck in their head and overthink things too much to the point where they can't bring it out to the world. And a lot of that problem comes from negative reinforcement from family members.
Oh my God. And
telling people, grow up, suck it up. That's the worst thing to do.
No shit talking whatsoever. I love my family deeply. I would never, ever in my life talk shit on them.
We both have very supportive, very awesome families around us, and we're very grateful for them too.
Right. My family is very supportive, but they're also the kind of people who say, think things like, if you're depressed, then it's something wrong with you.
Yes.
And generally, I do personally think it's something wrong with me.
But it's not that simple. It's not that black and white.
Right.
And I completely come from the same type of background where it
shove your feelings down and get the fuck over it. And I'm finally learning how to overcome that.
And that's because the generation before us and the generation that raised us,
they couldn't do these things.
They weren't. Yes, we're as our generation. I think we are Gen X.
We're
not Z.
No, we're Y. No, I think we are Gen Z.
We're not Gen Z.
Because
Gen Z is right below
Gen X is 81 to 91. Gen Y is... Hold on, I'm going to look this up. Because I actually had to do this research recently because my dad thought he was a millennial. Hold on.
I had to tell my coworker he was a millennial because he's only 36.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not. He's like, you millennials. I'm like, you're the millennial.
No, that's what happened. That's what happened. My dad called me a millennial. So I was like, I'm pretty sure you fall into that category. And my dad was like, there's no way. He missed it by 1 year. One. Gen Z is mid to late 90s.
Interesting.
Yeah,
we just barely hit the Gen Z category.
Yeah, we are Gen Z. So from what I understand, next is Gen Alpha. So we're working on Gen Alpha right now.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Gen Alpha is going to do some big things for the world. I can tell you that. Just by what Gen Z has been doing. Listen to this. Gen Z, look at all the early 20-year-old fucking influencers and TikToks and entrepreneurs starting businesses, creating empires. Look at them. Look at what... Talk shit on Gen Z now.
Right.
I want to hear it. Because Gen X is the one below us then, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gen X.
Gen Y, I'm sorry. Because we're Z. So X, Y, Z. So there's Y in there.
But Millennial was before us. It's Millennial, Gen Z.
No, I think it's Millennial, Gen Y, then Gen Z. I don't know.
Pull it back up!
God damn it.
You just said Millennials.
You know what? I'm going to shit on your fucking
grave. Look.
Just click
that one.
Dumbass.
Ready? Gen Z, Millennials, Gen X.
Yeah, so there's no Gen Y?
There's never been. I've never heard it. There's no Gen Y.
You can suck my dick.
We are Y. Or no, we're not Y. Millennials will be Y.
Bro, come up with a single coherent sentence for 1 second in your life and I'll believe you. No, I'm just kidding.
Gen X, it goes... So Gen X is older than us.
Yeah, Gen X is my father. Gen X is mine and your father's.
Yes. So our fathers are Gen X.
Yep.
And then you got the millennials.
Which would be like my mother and my stepmother.
Yes. My coworker would be a millennial.
Right.
And then we would be
Gen Z.
Yep. Just watch out. Gen Z's coming for you.
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
Gen X is getting taken the fuck out. Ugh.
And as for UFC card 261,
man, we're just gonna give it the rough overview.
Hold on though, was it 3 or 4 belts?
3.
3
belts were to be contested for.
Rosie takes back her belt.
Don't get me started yet. Let me just list off the fights. So on the main card, the main event was Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal for the welterweight belt.
And all right. So just for the record, I did talk about having a $50 bet on Masvidal. I did take it out a week before.
Oh, you did? Good.
Thank goodness. I took a $3 loss. So I took out 47, took it back. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
I did not think it was going to go the way it did, though.
I didn't either.
What was that, second round, too?
Yeah, second round. I think it was 1 minute and 8 seconds in. I will get to that. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's
we'll talk
that's
about
the
how
main
good
card. We'll
Kamaru
talk
is.
about that after that.
So, in our other title challenges, we have Rose Namajunas was traveling, fighting Wei Li Zhang, or Zhang Wei Li, if you go by the Chinese fucking backwardsness, for the women's strawweight belt, which is the 115-pounder. Man, I've been a huge fan of Thug Rose since I found out about her, probably 4 or 5 years ago.
I think so. Like when she did have the belt last, I love her attitude, but I also hate it.
What about it? Or what do you mean?
I'm the best. I'm the best.
You didn't hear her speak very much. You didn't hear her speak very much. If that's what you genuinely, if that's what you got from it, I got to show you the rest of her shit, because that is not her attitude. I know a lot of the stuff
she is.
That is not her attitude.
But she did get her. She was on her high horse the last time she had the belt.
Right, but again, if
she's cocky,
you have to be cocky to win a world championship.
That's exactly it. That's what I was getting at. Right. I feel
you
like
you have to be cocky to win a world championship belt. But if you actually look at the things that she says, like why she said these things, she's inspiring confidence in herself.
Yes.
It's not a matter of talking shit. It's a matter of hyping yourself up.
Yep.
You have to be able to do that, because if you don't believe you can win, guess what? You fucking can't.
I was impressed that she could do that in front of so many people and like not feel like a retard. Like I wouldn't be able to do it just for the fact that I'd be worried about being judged.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was impressed by her saying that.
That's what.
And you said she said something else that I did not catch in the fight.
In the fight?
Was it in the fight or
no?
Before?
It was something afterward. It was a saying that she
something about red.
God, I wish I could remember exactly how it goes, because I watched that interview this morning. But
rather be dead.
Oh, I would rather be dead than red. Yeah, because obviously Wei Li is a communist, or she's from China.
We didn't even bring her up. So yeah, Wei Li was the current belt holder before this fight.
Yes,
and she's from China.
Yep.
She got booed to shit when she walked in.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
I do feel bad because a lot of that has to do with the backlash because of coronavirus. Right. Probably shouldn't have said that full word.
Some of them are fucking. Some people are just racist. Some people are. I'll be honest with you. I tend to root for the American in most circumstances.
Yeah.
Unless I have a severe liking toward the person who's not American, just Yoel Romero, for instance, or fucking, anybody that I happen to find to be an amazing athlete, I will root for. But if I don't have a vested interest, I root for the American, because you should want your people to win.
On that note, though, congrats to Rosie.
Oh my God,
she deserved that belt with that kick, dude. That bitch did not see it coming.
No, she had no idea,
dude. She had her arm up and it slipped. It slipped right through it.
It wasn't even under, dude. It was
no.
Here, and it went bam.
No,
went right.
Watch the clip.
I swear to goodness.
Find the clip.
I will.
It went under her arm.
Nope.
It went under her arm and hit her in the face.
Nope.
Promise.
Nope.
I promise. $5.
Nope.
$5.
I refuse to bet on things because you are wrong.
$5 says it.
We're doing this live, bro. Fuck it. Do it live.
On that note, though,
Oh,
Kamaru Usman is happy to take care of Jake Paul for Daniel Cormier.
I would love to watch Kamaru get in there.
This was the title of the post by New York Post. New York Post posted an article titled saying Kamaru Usman happy to take care of Jake Paul for Daniel Cormier.
Oh, I think Kamaru would fucking demolish this child. So
I know that's not
we got this going now. She drops that right hand, it's her right hand. She drops it so hard, and that left switch kick comes right over top of it. Right over top.
Watch where it slips.
I will. Right over top. It went, her hand was right here. It went,
nope.
No.
Through.
I guarantee. No, it went up.
Watch the playback, motherfucker.
I will. It went over and around. I guarantee you it went over and around.
Watch it again, baby.
It moved her arm
just
the right way.
Watch.
pretty sure she just.
I tell you right now.
Oh yeah.
Right through.
Yeah, but
didn't have the arm close enough.
Right. Yeah. No, her arm was down, but it went through a really low guard. You were right, but I was also right.
She had it out here.
Yo, stop flexing.
She had it. Shit. She had that shit out.
Damn, girl, you looking good. Sorry,
but that kick was
it was so perfect.
She didn't see it coming. Sick. They were playing defensive, both of them,
right.
Until Rosie was just like, "Yeah, I'm throwing this kick."
So Thug Rose, much love. I'm a huge fan. Kamaru, huge fan. Jorge, I'm a huge fan as well. We'll get into that one at the end. So
first
next
is the leg, and then we'll get into Kamaru. The next is the leg.
Well, that's not. So we have 3 championship fights.
Yeah.
And then the leg.
The other one was really quick.
Andrade versus Valentina Shevchenko.
Oh no!
No, I was going to say that was a long fight. You're thinking of Thug Rose.
Legs. No, yeah. I'm thinking of the leg.
Oh,
that was a championship fight too, wasn't it?
No.
It was just that quick.
Thug Rose was for a championship, and I think.
And so was Chenko, and so was Usman. Okay, those are the 3. That's why I thought 4 for some reason. But all right. I don't even really want to touch on Chenko's thing too much because ready.
I kind of just want to touch on it a little bit because we were discussing it before. Go ahead.
Real quick though.
What you said? I was going to say. You said.
And nobody's beating Chenko in the girls' UFC division.
Not in 125.
They need 4 more people on the UFC as women to even think about throwing Chenko against another person. Chenko should sit for the next 6 months. Honestly.
There's only, as far as I'm aware, there's only one woman to beat Valentina Shevchenko, and that would be Amanda Nunes, the 2 division weight. I almost said king. Queen.
And don't they want to go back at it?
She wants to go back at it for a 3rd fight in which she lost both.
Yeah.
Which I got to be honest with you, I love that spirit. And Jorge said the same thing. He said, I want to get 2 more fights this year, get back into title contention, and I want a 3rd try. And provided I generally don't think 3rd tries are going to go any different than the rest.
Well, with Jorge, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
I think Usman underestimated him the first time around.
Yes.
And then gave him the wallop this time. I think Jorge's going to lose if he goes against him in the next 6 months. Jorge's going to lose again.
Well, it's not going to be within the next 6 months.
It won't
Definitely not.
I said if that happened, he would not win.
If he's able to get another title shot, it will be in roughly 1 year's time of sheer winning. I
think Jorge could have a shot.
He's got to win, and he's got to win at least 2 fights.
Usman's has to not get too comfortable.
Usman's never comfortable. So I got to be honest with you, man. I was never a huge Kamaru Usman fan and I love Colby Covington. So, just for perspective.
I didn't think his
that motherfucker.
I'm rude for assuming, but I didn't think Usman's English. I heard him speak for the first time at this fight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he doesn't even have an African accent.
No, he was raised here.
I didn't know.
I didn't
assume or anything. Yeah. I feel like I did assume.
Well, when you hear
just looking at his father,
Nigerian nightmare, and you see the clothes he wears to fucking shows and shit, he represents his African heritage, which is good for him.
And he just got his father back from Africa,
Nigeria,
I believe. Nigeria.
Yeah.
Which is in Africa.
I think he might have been in prison in Nigeria.
Yeah, there was something. I remember him, the tweets about, getting his father back home, to his getting his family whole.
Did you see when he wrapped his belt around the father while he did the interview? I love that.
Before the interview even.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He made sure to put the belt on his father and then went and did his interview.
Beautiful.
Awesome. And Jorge, I want to say, great sportsmanship.
Always.
And it's just a mosquito bite. You're right.
100%, dude. Fucking.
He got up quicker than the Chinese lady did.
No shit. Fucking, and, Jorge will always be a fucking champ of his own right. And genuinely, at this point, I've seen nothing that leads me to believe if there was a 3rd match, he could beat Kamaru. I know the motherfucker's got hands for weeks, bro. Not only hands for days, that motherfucker's got him for weeks.
But
not Kamaru. Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge. And Jorge, I feel like Jorge is just, he's got this, pride thing.
Of course.
Like not even like he's like full of himself. He is full of himself, but at the same time, he's like, I know why I'm full of myself.
Right. Because he's one of the best in the
He's
world.
The shit.
He's one of the best in the world.
How you feel about Jake Paul at that fight? Did you hear about this?
Against Jorge?
No, at the fight. He was there.
Yeah, I don't care too much.
Dude,
listen.
Dana White is eating up this publicity and loving it and still fighting against it. Yo, I think it's funny how much money Jake Paul is making for the UFC and clowning them at the same time because Dana's a fucking clown right now. Dana's being a clown, but I also wouldn't. Hold on.
How do you figure that Dana is being a clown?
This is where I'm getting at. Unless there's some sort of
there's a
secret deal and mutual understanding. This is all publicity.
They both
there was definitely real beef for like the first week, and then their managers were talking to each other and were like, all right, we need to keep this going for a bit, but we're gonna talk something out. We're gonna work something out. It's gonna take time. He's like, you understand how this industry works. It's gonna take time, so we'll keep playing it this way.
Now
I'm calling it now.
So when you talk about like and I don't know if you mentioned that specifically, but Daniel Cormier went up and got up in his face. The fighters are taking it 100% real. 100%. Every fighter that he has ever talked a single word about is going to go out there with the intention to fucking kill him.
But do you know how many fighters support Jake Paul too?
Plenty.
That's a lot of them. The point. There's a lot of them that think this is retarded.
Right. But if any of the people he gets to fight with are going to go out there and try to fucking take him off at the neck.
I agree. No, yeah, I completely agree.
Provided he gets somebody, skilled enough as far as boxing goes. Man. What I want to see, what I think is genuinely the best move for him is find a mid-range boxer with a good name, a mid-range professional boxer with a good name, and he needs to go out there and box them and make a good show of it. Whether or not he wins is besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes out there and boxes a Triple G and fucking doesn't get knocked out, I will never, ever, ever in my life have a bad thing to say about the kid again.
I think it's funny how there's talk about people saying the Ben Askren fight was rigged. I think Ben Askren legitimately underestimated this kid.
Probably.
I think he legitimately underestimated it and also didn't care, like you said. Because he's making a shit ton of money off cryptos and all sorts of other shit and doing his coaching wrestling. He's a wrestler. That's his argument. Like, if he loses a boxing match, his argument is, I'm a wrestler.
So, my thing is, should that fight not have been stopped when it was stopped?
No.
That's not a question. Let me speak. You've interrupted me a lot. I won't twist your nuts.
I brought it up last episode. Chuck Liddell said it was a good call.
And he might be right, but Chuck Liddell's also suffered some of the worst fucking most catastrophic things ever, and he never once thought to get himself out of there. So, he's also not in the fucking right state of mind these days, in all fairness. I love Chuck Liddell. Huge fan. He's not all there anymore. Listen to the guy talk. He's not there.
You watch... I watched...
me for my point again. God damn it.
When you see somebody lights out, what do you do?
He wasn't lights out. He got up immediately and moved forward.
I'll find the clip for you.
He got up within 3 seconds and moved forward. Within 3. He was up.
So I want to show you.
Show me.
This.
1, 2, 3. So we didn't get a full count. But that was looking more like a 4 or a 5.
Watch. Now, if you watch the way his shoulders give out. Watch the way his shoulders limp.
I know what people look like when they get hit, my G. You want to see?
That wasn't
see something amazing?
If you're not knocked out, you're putting a hand out to catch you.
Watch this. I'm going to show you something real quick. Just to prove that what you're saying is, and you're generally right. 90% of the time, you're absolutely
The way
right.
you see his arms go stiff, he hit the button.
Watch. If you want to talk about going stiff, watch what happens to Tyson Fury in his first Deontay Wilder fight. In the 12th round, watch what happens to this big white motherfucker. Watch how hard he goes down. And tell me that he didn't just get the fuck up after that. Now watch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And guess what? Watch what this motherfucker does for the rest of this fight. He got up on a 9 count after being fucking smoked. Smoked. Watch the rest of this round.
Now, is this a championship fight?
You're goddamn right it is.
Now, that's exactly why.
What do you mean that's exactly why? Ben Askren is a championship of two. Is the champion of two
Nah. So now, hear me out.
Bitch, you don't even follow mixed martial arts. I don't want to hear this.
That's not MMA.
I'm just saying. You don't follow
Now
boxing either.
you're switching up your story.
You don't follow boxing either.
But I understand how these work.
Name 5 boxers.
Name 5 boxers?
Yeah, currently.
Currently?
Go ahead.
Wait, does Mayweather count? Because he's technically retired.
No.
Tyson Fury's one. He's still in there.
Okay.
His brother Fury is in there.
What's his name?
Rob
I'll give you this one.
Rob
It's Tommy.
Tom. I knew it had an O in the middle. I'm like, Rob or Tom?
Yeah. Go ahead. I need 3 more.
I don't got him.
Exactly.
But
can you name me 5 UFC athletes?
5 UFC athletes?
5 UFC athletes without mispronunciation. We've discussed
Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal, fucking Stylebender. I'm not giving you his real name.
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, I wasn't dealing with that because then that fucking disqualifies me.
Continue. I'll give you that one, even though I shouldn't.
Fucking Valentina Koncheko. I call her Chenko.
Shevchenko.
I call her Chenko.
I'll give you that one too.
And I've watched multiple of her fights.
Oh, she's so good.
Tyron Woodley. And
you got Woodley wrong. It's Tyron. For whatever reason, he goes by Tyron. It's not Tyrone.
It's spelled Tyrone.
He's the E and the apostrophe and the exclamation. No, I'm just kidding.
Either way.
But you did better with that one than I thought you would.
I know a couple more.
I know you do. I was just busting your balls. And 100%. You do understand the sport, and I respect it.
Now, here's the thing. Ready? This fight was done by Triller.
Right.
And it was not a championship fight.
Right. But here's my thing. When you're talking about a championship caliber fighter, somebody who's proved themselves time and time again, despite being dumped on their heads, despite being punched in the head by some of the best in the world, some of the most vicious...
If he was fighting for a UFC belt or a boxing belt, I could see them letting him up.
So why is the belt what determines whether or not
because for some reason they give them a better shot at it. You ever notice the championship?
Yes, I have noticed that. I'm asking you,
fight.
not what has happened. Does that make it right?
No.
Okay.
But I'm saying that's what happens historically.
Right. You're absolutely right.
So I think that call was correct in standards of history for that match. Especially since it's not even through a boxing thing. It's through
you're
Thriller.
Going through the standards of history.
It's going through Triller, too. Like, if this... Ready?
You're speaking over me so hard.
Well, for example, like the YouTube boxing match between Logan and KSI would have been done completely differently if it was in a real... I don't want to call it not real.
In a sanctioned fucking boxing... WBA,
it was sanctioned.
I know. But it wasn't sanctioned by the WBA, the WBO, or the IBF, or it wasn't.
And when it comes to a belt
sanctioned
on the line,
by a sanctioning body of boxing.
And when it comes to a belt on the line and betting and all sorts of things like that, people get pissed if the call is made too quickly on especially a championship match.
So generally, and number one, I agree with that. People do 100%. People get way more pissed off if the call is early on a championship match, 100%. But I think that, and for lack of a better way to say it more elegantly, The fact that opportunity is not extended to people of a quote-unquote lower class of fighter
It's not fair.
Is entirely unfair. And so... And I have... And 100%, I will make one thing clear. I have seen horrible calls in both championship and non-championship fights in both boxing and MMA. There have been horrible calls made in both hundreds of times. So I am not standing up for that.
Now, would you call this Ben Askren, Jake Paul thing a horrible call?
No, I wouldn't call it horrible.
Or a discrepant call?
I would call it incorrect. I would say that I personally would have let that fight go on if I were the referee.
And I think if it would have went on, he would have stood up.
He probably would have got dusted again.
Yeah.
He probably would have. But you know what? At least, and this
just by how quick that match went, he did not have a chance. By how quick he starched him to the ground, there was no chance of him coming back that round or second round.
See, what fucks me up about that is...
It's not like he can take him to the ground and wrestle him.
I've seen so many fights where that's so not true. And generally...
I think it was true with this one.
And again, and you're probably right. And again, generally, you are correct.
And look at his chubby ass standing next to Jake Paul.
Get them to do anything but box, and he will fucking whoop on Jake Paul.
Jake's got a wrestling background, too.
Not a good one. Not 8th place in the Olympics.
Logan's. Not like Logan's.
Right. And Ben Askren would manhandle Logan, too. He went 8th place in the fucking Olympics.
Let's find out. That's what I want to see. I want to see a wrestling match from Logan and Ben.
Did you watch that whole podcast when Ben went on? Because he challenged Logan multiple times to a wrestling match. Logan said repeatedly, he's like, just as a joke generally, but he's like, if you want to go, hit up the boxing ring, I'd be happy to give you some rounds. And Ben was more or less just like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. But if you want to go hit the mats, we'll do that right now. On camera.
Ben doesn't want to get hit.
Right. And why would he? Because that's not his forte.
Well, and he also found out he's not bulletproof. Jorge proved that.
Yeah.
But you can go find that clip on YouTube. That's about all the time we got. We already went over our time.
Bitch.
You know what it is. It's Crack a Can. Follow us on all our social medias. It's Cracka_Can on Instagram. Yes. Just type in Crack a Can on Google. You'll find us.
Clicking pen sound go. Peace, bitches.
I thought I heard a weird static for a second.
That would be my dick.
Oh, fuck. Your fucking dick is messing up our reception again. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you for this shit. You're always messing up the fucking podcast.